Joining me now is Chair of Republican Overseas, Greg Swenson. Hello, Greg. Thank you very much for joining us. Greg, just tell us what reaction you've had to the events that have happened overnight.
Yeah, it was really shocking. I'm in Chicago right now. I'm heading up to the convention in Milwaukee in a few hours, but I landed at O'Hare Airport here in Chicago yesterday, right around the time that it happened. So my phone was just lighting up, and my wife called me right away and filled me in from London. But it was really shocking. Fortunately, it all has worked out for President Trump. In other words, the first impulse when I heard was that he was assassinated. And so he was lucky. It was amazing that he didn't, that he turned toward the right side of the crowd, his right. And that's what saved his life by turning. He it would have gone right into his head if not. So yeah, shock, obviously, but some relief and some real sadness for the person that died and the people that have been injured. This is not a great moment for America, but President Trump really showed well. He's strong. He didn't want to be carried out by the Secret Service. He stood up. He wanted to reassure the crowd that he was okay. And I think the crowd responded really well. He also didn't want to go to the hospital last night, which is, just another testament to his strength.
And people are remarking that the image you see now on our screens is one that is going to be the image that wins Donald Trump the next election, which is coming up in November. What does this actually mean for American politics, though, Greg?
Well, I hope the optimistic hope that I have is that it dials down some of the anger a little bit. This is granted, there's anger on both sides, but it's particularly destructive on the left, where even CNN reported last night their first impulse was to say Secret Service took Trump off the stage because he fell down. I mean, there's got to be more honesty and more tolerance, as Nigel Farage pointed out today on your station. There has to be tolerance of people who disagree. There's nothing wrong with disagreeing, but don't hate the people who vote for your opponent. It's just not healthy for the country. So hopefully this was a low point and things will get better from here.
Greg, I don't subscribe to victim shaming, but some are pointing out that the rhetoric that Donald Trump and Joe Biden, by the way, have both used in the past is developing this very volatile atmosphere in American politics.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know I'm partisan and I'm a bit biased here, but I would argue that, surely the rhetoric on the left, the Trump derangement syndrome is really painful. And, look what he's gone through. 2 impeachments, indictments. They took his money. They arrested him. They mugshotted him. And now he's been shot. Now, I'm not suggesting at all that there's any conspiracy there, but look at what he's gone through, most of which has come from the Biden administration and the Democrat Party. And he's still standing, and it's really great to see. He's really demonstrated his strength. So I agree with you. This might have really locked up the election. I think he was going to win anyway. He's up 5 points in Pennsylvania, which is a state that Biden has to win. And so, I think it was looking really good. But yeah, that iconic image of him with the American flag in the background might just lock it up for him.
And Greg, I mean, just briefly, I'm running out of time, and I appreciate your time, obviously, on a very busy day for you. There are more guns. There are more guns in America than there are people at the moment. What we've seen overnight and witnessed with this attempted assassination, is it a product of the way the American political system is, with this iconic figure at the head of either party, or is it the fact that everybody has access to guns?
Well, not everybody has access, Dawn, and actually most gun owners never commit crimes. 99.9% of gun owners don't ever do anything wrong. I think the problem is there are plenty of gun restrictions on the books. There are definitely more now than there were, say, 10 years ago or a generation ago, but they're not being enforced. And so here in Chicago, if someone's arrested for a gun crime, they're released right away. They don't serve any jail time. There's no cash bail required. And this is a town where guns are illegal. And so all criminals in Chicago that commit crimes with guns own those guns illegally.
And just finally, Greg, I appreciate your time. There are people saying that, those of us that were around when JFK was shot always remember where they were when that happened. Do you think what's happened to Donald Trump will have that sort of lasting effect?
I think so. And I thought one of the highlights last night was Robert F. Kennedy Jr. appeared on several stations. I saw him on Fox, and he was really powerful in the way he described both the loss of his father and his uncle. And to this date, at this moment, the Biden administration has still not approved Secret Service protection for RFK Jr. I think that's absolutely criminal.
Okay, Greg Swenson, thank you very much for joining us, bringing us
Excellent.
up
Thanks
to
for
date
having
on
me.
developments in America. Thank you very much.